This is BBC News, broadcasting to viewers in the UK and around the world. I'm Matthew Amroliwala. Our top stories. Governments around the world weigh up new COVID restrictions as Omicron cases continue to rise. Booster jabs are also being ramped up in many countries, including Israel, which is planning a fourth dose, but the WHO has this warning.
Blanket booster programs are likely to prolong the pandemic rather than ending it, by diverting supply to countries that already have high levels of vaccination coverage, giving the virus more opportunity to spread and mutate.
Scientific advisors in the UK recommend that children aged between 5 to 11 who are clinically vulnerable should be offered a low dose of COVID vaccine. In other news, nearly a week after a super typhoon struck the Philippines, we report from a popular tourist island that's been left devastated. And scientists in China reveal a dinosaur embryo from at least 66 million years ago. We'll hear from the lead researcher. Hello and welcome to the programme. In the last hour, the World Health Organization has warned world leaders that no country can boost its way out of the pandemic. The head of the WHO says they should concentrate on diverting supply to countries where there are vaccine shortages so the virus cannot mutate and prolong the disease worldwide. Well, it comes as countries around the world are weighing up whether to impose further restrictions because of the Omicron variant, as well as accelerating their vaccination plans. Israel has become the first country in the world to make a fourth dose of the coronavirus vaccine widely available. It'll be offered first to people over the age of 60 and medical workers. In the UK, the government has recommended that vaccines should be given to all vulnerable children aged between 5 and 11. In terms of new restrictions, the Welsh Government has announced groups of no more than 6 people will be allowed to meet in pubs, cinemas and restaurants from the 26th of December. Well, in a moment or two, we'll get the latest from the World Health Organization, but just to the UK figures that have just been announced, let me just bring you the latest because it has gone over the 100,000 mark for new cases, 106,000 new cases in the last 26 hours. There you see that figure right in the middle of your screen, 106,122 positive cases, so it surpasses that psychological barrier of 100,000. An important moment there from the UK authorities, and obviously we will have more on that within the next couple of minutes. We have numbers of deaths also being reported, 140 deaths within 28 days of a positive diagnosis. So those figures just in, those are record numbers. Obviously, we were told a couple of weeks ago that expect the records to be routinely and regularly broken in the coming weeks, and that's exactly what we have seen. So it goes past 100,000. We'll have more on that development in a moment or two. But I mentioned the World Health Organization because they have been talking about the whole strategy we were seeing in capitals across the world as they look to vaccinate more people and give out more booster vaccinations. And they had this warning. Let's hear from the head of the WHO.